A very good morning to all my dear students. I hope you all are doing well and spending right amount of time on your mobile and also spending good amount of time in doing your work, right? I hope you all are doing that. So students, I hope you all remember that in this week we started with a new topic, and today I'm going to take you ahead into the topic by providing you with certain rules and certain examples associated to those rules so that you can easily understand them. Fine? Apart from this, students, I would like to suggest you to quickly also access the description box below, because in the description box I have posted a link. Remember, I have posted a link which includes a table of all the rules associated to all the 12 tenses, right? So that you can make that table in your notebook. Also complete your work of sentence formation which was given earlier in the notebook, right students? So we are going to start with this, but don't you think you forget something? Yes, I know you forgot something, and that is those three magical things. What are those three magical things? Those are like, share and subscribe. Also hit the bell icon. By doing so, you will be able to get the updates for all my new videos, and don't forget to watch the video till the end. Okay? By looking at the video, by watching the video, you will be able to understand the use of all the tenses, all 12 tenses that I have already told you about, the rules associated to them, and also examples. Right? So let's get started. So students, let's start learning tenses. I hope you all know that tense is a form of verb which tells us about the time of an action. There are total 3 types of tenses: present tense, past tense and future tense. All the 3 tenses can be further divided into 4 more parts, which are simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. Right? Remember students, present tense will help you to describe all the actions in which are going on right now, whereas past tense helps us to describe all the actions that have already happened, and future tense tells us about all the action which will happen, which are still left to happen. Okay? Now, this is a quick mind map which includes all the tenses which we are going to cover in the forthcoming slides. Before moving on to all the rules, I want you all to know that V1 denotes first form of the verb, V2 denotes second form of the verb, and V3 denotes third form of the verb. Fine? We are going to start with present tense. So in present tense, the first part which we will discuss is simple present tense. Children, each and every tense can be written in again 3 ways, which are positive, negative and interrogative. This whole video will include all the rules and examples according to the statement, according to this tense. So let's start with positive. For writing any statement in simple present tense, any positive statement, the rule is you always use verb first form or E and ES. Remember students, E or ES will be added only if your subject is singular. Otherwise, we use the main form of the verb, or in simple words, we can use the verb directly. For example, he walks to school every day. Right? If we want to frame a sentence which is negative, then it goes this way. We will add do not or does not according to the subject. If your subject is singular or your plural, then your do or does not will be decided accordingly. So here we have written, he does not walk to school every day. Right? And for interrogative, the rule is do/does plus subject plus verb first form plus predicate. So all the three times we are using verb first form, but here in interrogative form, we have placed do or does first and then we have placed the subject. So remember, while framing interrogative sentences, we always interchange the positions and also place a question mark at the end. Now we have the same for present continuous tense. The rule for present continuous tense is, while writing a positive statement, the rule is subject plus is or am or are plus verb ing form, which means that while writing anything in continuous tense, while placing any verb in continuous tense, you always change it into ing form. Let's see the example. She is listening to music. She is listening to music. Here your subject is singular, that is why is has been placed. If your subject would have been plural, then we would have placed are, and if your subject would have been I, then here we would have placed am. Got it? Now for negative, we only add not here. So statement becomes, she is not listening to music. And for interrogative, we again interchange the positions and your statement becomes, is she listening to music? So see students, it's very easy to remember them. Then we have it for present perfect tense. And for positive, the rule is subject plus has or have plus verb third form plus predicate. Remember, while writing any verb in perfect tense, we always need to change the verb in its third form, right? So example for a positive statement would be, he has finished his homework. And while writing any negative sentence, you are required to add only not in between. So it becomes, he has not finished his homework. And for interrogative, we will again replace the positions and it becomes, has he finished his homework? Moving on to present perfect continuous tense. Remember, present perfect continuous tense is a combination of perfect and continuous tense, right? So we are going to borrow certain rules of perfect tenses and certain rules of continuous tenses, merge them together and form a new rule. So rule for positive would be subject plus has or have plus been plus verb ing form and then your predicate. Let's see one example, which is, they have been learning French for 2 years, right? Whereas while forming negatives, I hope you remember, we only place a not. So the sentence becomes, they have not been learning French for 2 years. And thirdly, if you want to frame an interrogative sentence, then has and have will come first. So have they been learning French for 2 years? With a question mark at the end. Remember, here all the time the verb will be written in ing form and we will also use has or have according to the subject. Now we will learn past tense. Okay? Past tense also goes in similar manner as present tense. So while writing anything in simple past tense, remember, for writing positive statement, we use verb second form. For example, they went to the market yesterday. While changing it into negative, you will only add did not with all your subjects. So the sentence becomes, they did not go to the market yesterday. Whereas while forming an interrogative statement, we will again interchange the positions. So it becomes, did they go to the market yesterday? Right? And if we observe past continuous tense, then in past continuous tense, again, verb will be written in ing form and we are going to make slight changes, such as while writing positive statement, we will use was or were depending on the subject plus verb ing form. such as Samaira was cooking for the dinner, right? While forming a negative statement, it becomes Samaira was not cooking for the dinner. Thirdly, while forming interrogative, again we will interchange the positions and it becomes was Samaira cooking for the dinner, right? Then we have past perfect tense. I hope you all remember, while forming any statement in past perfect tense, verb is written in its third form, right? So let's see the rule. The rule for positive is had plus verb third form. This time, remember, we will use had with all the subjects plus verb third form. For example, the children had done their homework, right? While forming negative, we will only add not in between. Statement becomes the children had not done their homework. The children had not done their homework. Whereas in interrogative, we will again interchange. So it becomes had the children done their homework, right? Then we have past perfect continuous tense. Here again we have a combination of two, perfect and continuous. So from perfect we can take up had, from continuous we can take up ing form of the verb, and it becomes, in positive it becomes subject plus had plus been plus verb ing form and then predicate. For example, Sunita had been skating for an hour when her sister came by to call her home. And while forming negative, we again add not. So it becomes Sunita had not been skating for an hour when her sister came by to call her home. Right, students? Now we move on to the third tense, which is future tense. So while writing simple future tense, remember we always add will or shall, right? And here also we mostly use verb first form. So let's see for positive, it is subject plus will shall or is am are plus going to plus verb first form. For example, he will go to the bookstore tomorrow. He will go to the bookstore tomorrow. While writing negative, we add not in the middle and it becomes he will not go to the bookstore tomorrow, right? And thirdly, while writing interrogative, it becomes will he go to the bookstore tomorrow? So we are only interchanging or replacing the positions of subject and helping verb in interrogative sentences. Then we have future continuous. Remember, while writing a continuous statement, verb is written with an ing. So here every time verb will be written in this form. While writing positive, it goes will be plus verb ing form. While writing negatives, it becomes will not be plus verb ing form. While writing it in interrogative, it becomes will plus subject plus be then verb ing form. Examples: you will be working with Mrs. Khanna on this project. For negatives, you will not be working with Mrs. Khanna on this project. And interrogatives, will you be working with Mrs. Khanna on this project? So every time verb is written in ing form. Then we have future perfect tense. Again, whenever we talk about perfect, we always remember to use verb third form, right? So while forming a positive statement, it goes subject plus will or shall plus have plus verb third form. Remember, this time we only use have. We will not use has here. We only use have plus verb third form. For example, Soham will have finished his work by 7 this evening. Whereas in negative it becomes will not have finished. So Soham will not have finished his work by 7 this evening. And in interrogative, again inversion. So will Soham have finished his work by 7 this evening? So it's a question while by inverting. And the last one we have is future perfect continuous tense. Here the rules are, while forming a positive statement, again subject plus will or shall plus have been plus verb ing form. I hope you remember, again in this tense also, because it's perfect continuous together, verb is again written in ing form only. For example, he will have been working in this company for 20 years. Whereas in negative, you will again add not. So it becomes, he will not have been working in this company for 20 years when I retire. Thirdly, while forming interrogative, again inversion. So it becomes will plus subject plus have been plus verb ing form and then the predicate. So it goes this way. Will he have been working in this company for 20 years when I retire? Got it? So I hope students you all understood the topic, and now I want you all to please go to the description box so that you can complete the table in the notebook. Also don't forget to frame sentences of your own in the notebooks using all the 12 tenses that you have learned. Happy learning!